Happy Sunday, everybody. Time to start talking about some Nasdaq. We're getting close to the open, so focusing on NQ this week. As usual, I'm going to start from the top down, looking at the weekly, daily TPOs, and on this one we have the weekly RTH time frame as well. So first off, what I wanted to show you guys is this is a massive 3-week composite. This is a three weekly charts put together. We came right down and basically played the value area low of 3 weeks, basically played it to the tick, and we held and we popped. Now we have some other support directly above us here on the profile, which, as you can see, which is the previous week's point of control, and then the week before that is about right there. Okay, so as you'll notice, if we come over to the daily time frame, we also have this weekly POC on here, and we have a daily naked POC. So we do have a lot of confluence. We have the naked weeklies, naked dailies. There was a ton of action up here, and I just wanted to point this out because we know that these areas are going to be resistance areas. This is where fair value was at, and so more than likely, if price does pop up there, we will get a rejection. Okay. Now, on the other end of things, we do have a big weekly gap below us. Okay, still a big TPO gap down there, peeps. So let's not forget that. Do I think we can come down still? Yes, I do. That is the moral of the story. And we're going to talk about both scenarios and when this happens or how it happens. So I wanted to show you a couple things here first. Okay, so obviously that is the ordeal with the TPO. If we move up, we're looking for resistance. Can we move down? Absolutely. If we move down, we do have this weekly gap that needs to be filled down here. And then obviously another naked POC down here in the 500s. I do think this is where we come. I do. How we get there, I'm unsure. Okay. So what I will say is this. This is a massive weekly area at 20,783. Let's just call it 785 for shits and giggles. This is a big spot, and it's very much tested, like many times, which I'll show you on a daily time frame. But as tested as it is, it's still very significant. Okay, so we could get a reaction here. We absolutely could. This is where I'd like to see us come into. Basically 20,400. This is the Trump pump spot. This is where things accelerated on election night or election week. What's interesting is actually on the S&P, we're here already, or we're a couple. We're one push down away from being essentially at the Trump pump leg, whereas Nasdaq is considerably far off, actually. So, how will we get here? I'm not really sure. And that's why I said I'm really looking at this particular area, even though it's very much tested. It's just very significant, which I'll show you here shortly. We also have the 100-day moving average here as well. Okay, so, moving average guys are going to be looking at this, and it's a really important spot. So I'm not going to ignore it. And when I show you on the other time frame, you'll be like, oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, so obviously below this, it's all trouble. Below this, we would basically slip right into here. I do think this area can get a reaction. So here's what I wanted to show you. Here's the most important part, in my opinion. And this is kind of where it all goes down, okay? We are bearish underneath 21,409, okay? As long as we are below that, we are continuing high time frame momentum and progression down, okay? If we get above 409, there is no reason that we can't push higher into the 564 or even this beautiful spot up here at 732. Okay, so we're going to talk about this when we get to the other charts. I just wanted to point this out to you. This is the only one in red. Remember that. Everything else is untested. These are both monthly levels, people. Untested monthlies. Okay, big fucking make your alarm should be going off here. All right, so this could be huge. Okay. This could be really bad for the market if it gets smacked and this doesn't hold. We want to see it come down into here personally, but this we really want to see this hold. And if it doesn't, then we come down into 19.9, which I would love it. We don't really care as day traders, but people with 401ks would be having a shit fit. So that's what I got here. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and take you over to the daily time frames. All right, so the daily time frame. On the left, we have the ETH. Okay, on the right, we have RTH. Okay, now you can see this right here, and I'm actually going to get rid of this for you guys just so that kind of cleans things up a little bit. There you go. All right. So as you can see, this was our previous leg. This like took us way up, right? So, you know, what happened right here is we had a little swing pivot here, and we basically wicked the low of this leg, and they bought it up. They bought it up kind of decent. We came all the way back up to here and then pulled back for Friday to close right here. Still looking pretty soft in my opinion, okay? So this is a big level to get above. As you can see, I comically drew buy because underneath that it's bye, see you later, and that's exactly what happened. So you know, from the RTH side, we popped up and we played this 188 on Friday, almost perfect, and just got nailed all day. So this is now tested, but what I'm more concerned in looking at is we have an untested daily at 210, but the real area that I'm looking at is 269, which is 270, and 287. Above that, we do have a little bit higher at 355, which is the nasty lasties, but definitely an untested monthly. And 355 has been super important, guys. You know, whether you realize it or not, this level has played so many times, it's crazy. So we do have these other high time frame levels. This blue level here is an untested, is an ETH monthly. I marked it because it's important to me, even though I generally mark only the RTH levels. But so it just gives me a zone. So between 287 and 260, I'm looking for a smack. Okay, but it could go as high as 355. And when I show you on the other time frames, you'll understand. But again, just like I showed you on the weekly chart, we are bearish below 409. If we get above 409, we're coming to 564, and more than likely 732. 732 is our leg down. Okay, 782 is the daily leg. 732 is the weekly leg. It is also an amazing high lost up there. I would short the whole account if we get up there anytime soon. Okay, so this is the spot. All right, so let's not forget this area here. And obviously 409 is going to be our big swing spot. Okay, below 409 we're bearish, and we really want to say below these areas is what we're looking for a smack. So the way that I mark these, as you can see, especially this one that says buy, right? And we go to the smaller time frames, it'll make more sense. If we play these areas as confirmation, when we start to lose support here, these are all great areas to confirm that you are in the short and you are correct. And these are also areas where you could either still get in the trade if you think if you're not in, or add into the trade underneath 188 and 167. Okay. When I get down to the smaller time frame, I will show you again. And then this down here, the 2165. This is the leg up. Okay, same exact level here. I'll show you just so you can see how it lines up. Same level. 067, the leg up. See, it drew it right here. Same shit. Okay, so get below that, more weakness. We're coming down. Okay, all right. Now, this is the level that I was talking about, guys. This is this weekly right here. This is that weekly that I was telling you that was, very tested but very, very important. And you're probably like, well, he's got more than one red level on there. Yeah, I do. Okay, so I have that weekly that we just said, and as you can see, it says written right on there, super significant, free fall to 400 below. Okay, so 400 is down here. Okay, it's also an ETH weekly. Like I told you, I particularly care about the RTH, but I marked it just as confluence. Okay, and the RTH daily is at 756. So, this is definitely a huge test, a huge spot, but I want to show you, look at these wicks, right? 1, 2, 3, 3 massive tests here, guys. And as you can see, when I overlay these levels, no question about it that this area is heavily tested, okay? Which, like I said, it's heavily tested, but it could play again. It is that important, okay? This area produced a new all-time high. I would not doubt that it gets a reaction. I will personally be taking targets into that. Will I look for a long? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But, I'm certainly trying to short into that, and I probably would not short until we got below it, okay? Just because that's how important it is, okay? So, again, right now we're on the back side of this. I am looking to short all inside of here, okay? So that is what we got for the daily time frame. So we did weekly, daily. Now it's time to step down. One of the things I do want to show you, though, I thought was interesting. Check this out. Let me pull this over. For those of you guys who like candlesticks, like I do, I'm a big candlestick chart pattern guy. Dude, we had this massive fucking red doji on the monthly up at the highs that closed below this one, which was a big deal. And then they pumped. They did a big pump, and they're like, okay, let's pump, and then they lost it anyway. So this thing was like such a big cue that we were still going to come down. It was just a big loss, and they're still coming down. So, I mean, are we going to come down to 19.9? It's certainly the monthly leg up. If we smack these monthlies, like I was talking about, this could be our final destination. Obviously it's not all in one trip, but you never know. Trump's coming into office soon, and he's going to shake some shit up. So everybody's super bullish and ready to get all excited, and I do think that we have every reason to be, but I have a feeling some of his policies are going to scare the market at first before things get better. So a little reset wouldn't hurt us anyway. I'd love to come down a little bit. So with that being said, let me pull up the 4-hour for you guys. All right, let me just go ahead and hide these other drawings here. All right, so this was, I'm going to show you how we played this the other day. So this essentially was the big high loss. It actually comes from over here. I'll show you. So this was the big smack we had the other day. Okay, we played the high, lost. Okay, now we are in the same situation, right? We made a new low, we come up, we smack what we lost, come down, make a new low, come up, pop, smack what we lost, come down, make a new low. Now, if they want to squeeze all the way up here, this is that sweet ass spot at 21,700 that I was telling you would be a great weekly daily area to get smacked from. However, this is just a major area here. Okay, absolutely major. All right, so we need to be very considerate of this 250 to 270 spot. Not only are there the 4 hours here, but we also have those. We have an untested daily, and we also have that monthly at 287. So remember, the other monthly I was telling you at 355 is right here. It's also up here by a big naked POC. The previous weekly POC, big resistance up here in case they wanted to kind of squeeze everybody and shake people out a little bit. They could come all the way up to 355. Again, this move is done. The bearish move is not necessarily done until we, done with that, but just in the small time frame of things, 409 is where things shift. Okay, 409 takes us to 564. Above 564 takes us to the 700s that we high lost. Okay, now, if my opinion, I think this is what happens. We either come here and smack, or we come and we do this and we smack. All right, this is actually RTH gap fill, which I'll show you here shortly, which is why I keep saying we could come all the way up here because it just looks like it can. I don't want it to. I'm going to be super short right here. So I hope that, once this thing starts to show me that it's going to go, I'm going to lay into this thing a little bit because I have a feeling that we can ride this down for some time. I'm going to try to ride this all the way down to the 700s, which would be great because, we're talking about, like 200-300 points, 350 points. So, that's what I'm talking about. So that is it, guys. That's it. And then obviously, as you can tell, I'm going to go ahead and hide this so you can get another gist. This is the Trump pump area down here. Huge left shoulder, huge swing, guys. Swing, boom. We want to buy this. We want to buy this with everything that we have. And that's why I really hope that we get down here. Okay, so we'll see if we do or not. I'm not sure. There is also another sexy 4 hour down here at 676 that I will be buying. We got a nice left shoulder in tune with that as well. The only thing is I'm pretty certain that's only a scalp, and I'll show you why. If we buy this, well, guess what's right above us? This big major weekly daily area. So is this a buy? Yeah, it probably is, but it's only good for about 80 points. Okay, so just want to keep that in mind. Obviously the risk to reward on this is real nice. And so if it starts to go, definitely try to scalp this. I think it's good. Okay, and then obviously underneath that, she's got some problems. And then you can see, let me just kind of expand this out a little bit. You can see underneath this area, we come down to that 4 hour, and then essentially we come down into this Trump pump spot. Again, this is a monthly level, which is based on the ETH time frame, which is okay. I'm not mad, I don't not like it, but I prefer to get down into this pocket. Big daily shoulder here, massive swing, and we got the shoulder on the 4 hour, and then we got this top down that was gained and never tested. And then if they bleed into it even more, we've got this big weekly leg down here that I pointed out to you guys right here, 394. It's both an ETH and an RTH weekly, as you can see from the blue and red, and a naked POC. So that's what I got for you guys. That's it. I'm going to go ahead and show you the smaller time frame so you can see what I'm talking about. Let me see what I got here. All right, so this is an RTH chart, okay? So I left everything on here. It's a 15-minute, whatever. Actually, no, I'll do the, yeah, that's fine. All right, so as you can see up here, this would be the gap. This is that 355 monthly, okay? There is a huge RTH gap in here, okay? Obviously, stop needs to be right around 409, which I know sounds crazy because it's 50 points, but you guys know how to trade. I don't need to explain to you how to do this, okay? And then, obviously things get, really, if they play this and we start to lose these levels, 287, 268, then the daily at 210, and then the big level, remember the buy at 167? You can clearly see this, underneath that, she is fucking done, right? And and Friday's open 188. This is a short below all this. In my opinion, if we even come up here, I'm going to start laying into this thing on the way down once we get below the 268. And more than likely, if it starts to look like, I'll be shorting up here and assuming that we're not going to make it here. But we probably will. They'll probably smoke my ass and then come back down. But it's okay. It's in process for me, so it is what it is. So that's how I'm looking at it, guys. And then here, I'll show you what it looks like on this 30-minute. So you see, this is a regular ETH chart. I like this. All up in here. 268 daily, 287 monthly, 4 hour. I got the ETH monthly, RTH daily, all these 4 hours. Be great. And then come up here and then basically start to, if we were to do this number and then start to lose these, man, I'm trying to get all that short. But again, remember that RTH gap fills all the way up here, and this monthly's untested, and it's the weekly POCs and all that shit. So do they want to push up here? They very well could. They're known for fuckery. So if they do, don't be too scared. I would really be watching for them to get above this pivot. I would not want them really to. Even though 409s, I would like, if they come up here, I really want them to just have a perfect touch and start to lose. So, and hopefully they don't even make it that far. Hopefully we just get about right here and we just shit the rest of the day. So that's my thought. That is what I got for you guys. Oh, the other thing, look at this. Previous weekly VWAP right up here at 409. Previous monthly VWAP right up here about, was that 375? That's by the way. So you got a lot of reasons, with those POCs, all these VWAPs, previous closes and opens, and there's just so much shit up here. So lots of resistance, guys. In my opinion, this is the shelf, right? If it gets up here, so be it. But this is the shelf, okay? Boom, boom. All right. So you guys have a great Sunday, great weekend. We will talk soon, and let's make it a profitable one and conquer these markets. Cheers.